Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, I laid out the legs and I've got things ready to go in, but I took a look at the steel band around the base and it's in pretty bad shape. It's rusty on the inside and the outside, and the wood underneath it is kind of decrepit. So I'm thinking I got to go in and do some fixing on that. So first thing I got to do is pull all the screws out. Sounds easy. Well, the impact driver just isn't working. They're straight bit screws, and the impact driver is camming out. It's not the fault of the impact driver, it's the operator, obviously. But I'm also thinking that the heads of the screws are pretty well gone. So I'm going to have to come up with a better way of working it. So I'm going to stop, take Sadie inside,
Come on, Sadie.
come back out, have another shot at it. Decided to take this metal ring off. It's in pretty rusty shape, and I want to be able to paint the inside and seal up the wood along this bottom edge too. Some of the screws I'm able to get out, and some I'm not. Some of the slots are so rusted away, there's not much left of them. Sometimes when you can't get a screw out, you can use a screw extractor. I was pretty sure I had one, but I couldn't find it. But I did have a left-hand drill bit. So I put the left-hand drill bit in the drill motor and gave it a shot. Yep, that didn't work either. When all else fails, improvise. I tried several times. I resharpened the bit thinking that I could get it to hook a little faster. Nope. The screw just wasn't coming out. So I said, you know what? I'm almost through the head anyways. Let's just take that thing out of there. Wasn't easy, but it came. I was hoping that left-hand drill bit would just catch a hold of it and pull it out, but wasn't to be. Just not cooperating. I think part of it's because this thing sat on the floor for so many years. And all these screws, not only did they rust, but the wood rotted away around the threads. I have to sharpen my jackknife after this, but tool's a tool. Trying to get that head out enough to grab it with a pair of vice grips. Okay, that's got them out of one end. Now these screws are obviously not worth anything now. The threads are gone and the heads are rotted away. But I'll be able to get this metal strip off, and then I can clean up and paint underneath where this metal strip goes and take a abrasive wheel and clean up this steel plate, both inside and outside, and paint it with Rust-Oleum. And that should get that so that it's in much better condition. Hopefully the top one will come off a little easier than the bottom. Yeah, I think that one's going to be based on that screw. And the action of this screw, I think the top one's going to come off a lot easier than the bottom one did. It didn't sit next to the floor. Concrete always wicks water up out of the ground. It's permeable. So the concrete draws the water up, and then the iron gets in contact with the water and you have rust. Okay, I'm going to take off the rest of these screws, and no point watching all that, because I got a whole bunch of them to do. But that's the choices that I make. If I see one of these down here that I can actually use the left-hand drill bit and make some good out of it, I'll show you how that works. Normally the left-hand drill bit goes in and catches a hold of the head and spins it out. Okay, the last screw is going to give me a little trouble, I think. Pretty well rusted into the band. There we go. A few taps of the hammer got it loosened up. Now I won't spin out because the threads are totally gone. But should be able to pop that head out enough to grab a hold of it. There we go. A little prying. Get it out, grab a hold of it with the head of the head with these vice grips. Out she comes. Not too much damage to the jackknife, that's good. But that was a batch of them. Now they'll go in the scrap bin and head off towards the scrap pile. And the big reveal, let's see if we can get this thing off of here. That'll be the trick of the week. Because every one of these screws has got a little dimple on it. They've managed to bond themselves to the surface of the wood with all the rust. So I'll have to apply a little persuasion. There. It's got one corner up. That should let the other corner. There we go. Got the lock off of it. Yeah, it's pretty rusty on the inside. It's pretty rusty. And I think it'll clean up okay. Now to get the other one off. Next trick. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.